all aboard!
Now then, Cousin Eds will be introducing today, and what we're going to be doing, I went shopping this week, hey, and from the other video earlier that I did on weathering, I mentioned using alternative products. I hope it's back, and I'll be showing you some stuff that I went shopping in some ladies' shops. Now I know some of our clan do that already, and I'm fine with that, but I had to make me excuses. I said, look, it's not my weekend hobby, but anyway, to be honest, I spent just around, come on there, behave, I spent just around, just about £10, I'd say. Anyway, here we go, with my purchases, and I went in the Works, and also a cheap pound shop, to find the women's products shelving. Bless them. Anyway, and here we go. Here's the products I bought, and they all help in weathering. Eyeshadow applicators, I think they were £1 or under. Diddly squat really from the pound shop. We have some snippers that can be used for snipping off bits off sprues or cutting wire or whatever. It's only a cheap pair till you can afford a more expensive pair, but what do you want for £1? I got some makeup brushes, a smallish one, and what they call a blusher brush. Well, there you go, blusher brush. And I also got those for putting weathering powders on, etc. You can also dry brush with them, with paints. So, fairly versatile too. And I also got some makeup sponges. Howdy doody, those are very useful. Right. And last from the ladies' shop was a cheap manicure kit. And it's very cheap, but again, there's many uses in it. You've got a set of tweezers for small parts. You've got I'm a bloke, I'm not meant to know this shit, but I think it's something like a cuticle pusher or whatever the lady folks call them. We've got a file, which is useful for little bits of filing, and also for filing off bits of well, something I'm going to show you in a wee while. I'll show you. And we've got scissors for decals, nail clippers you can use for clipping down bits of plastic, etc. The World's Your Lobster, and it comes in a lovely coloured case with good vibes only. Hey. Anyway, that's the ladies section out of the way, let's have a look. What else I got on my shopping trip for a tenner? So all them, they were probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They were probably about £6. Maybe a bit more. I'm saying a tenner, it might be a little bit more. My next stop was the art shop across the road, where I got a pack of brushes for £3. Except they weren't £3 because they were half marked price. And I also got a set of soft pastels. They were £4, except they weren't £4. They were half marked price, so they were £2. And I also got a set of oil pastels that weren't £3. They were also half marked price for £1.50. So for a £5, you got all that lovely art stuff, and it's decent quality art stuff as well. It's a cheap shop, but it is decent quality artist material. Sure, you're getting better if you pay top buck for artists quality, but the thing is, for our purposes, not that much better. So, the obvious question is, what do we do with this shizzle now we've got it, Paul? And let's begin. Hang on, turn the light down a little bit. And let's begin. A bit of sandpaper and, you know, and you've got plenty there for now. Bit of a muddy setup. And you get, this might not work because, but here we go. It's a bit glossy on there. You need a more matte surface such as that for it to take hold. Obviously, as I said, you'd have had a matte surface for it to cling to. It'd have been a lot better. But as is, that may be taking it off more. Let's try the, where have I put it? With it being a gloss surface, it may be taking it off more, so I'm rubbing more and taking off rather than putting on. As I say, there's no, let me find something matte. But as you can see there, that's more matte and that's holding it better. The actual core is more matte and there's grooves. to emphasise the shape, so that bit is holding it better. So what I'll do is we'll put it in a little bit of matte varnish. So hopefully once that's dry it'll take the paint better. We're already getting a matte looking surface, so that will make a difference. There we go. But also, while we're at it, can mention we can also mix colours. This one's a black or grey black, but you can mix it with your brown to give a darker brown. And let's have a look. There we go, we have some matte. So there we go, that's more the action of your weathering powders. So now we go on to the oil pastels, which are a different thing again. And one, because they have oil in them, these should stick better. And there we go. And also again, you shouldn't be afraid to mix colours. We've got one there, and I think we'll put a bit of black in with it, because hopefully when you mix up the colours and scrub them together, Now granted, they have their own uses for stuff, but these, for instance, for watermarks, down from your tanks, etc. It can be used really quite well. For instance, you used to get them down from these here, and again from there. As I say, they do have the uses. Now that method, although not 100% successful, it has its uses, as you can see. It will go in certain areas, but I don't think it'll have the same binding as Tamiya has in it, or dry powders or artist powders, but it does have its uses. For the money, it's a good starting point, because I have no doubt we'll take a makeup sponge, we'll rip it to give a coarser idea, we'll get a palette. I must have a palette somewhere. I must have a palette in my inventory here somewhere. If I only use my watercolours box palette, I have a palette. And where have we gone? There's some matte varnish going in there. Now what we do here is we get the we get the soft pastels brown. Get some more rubbed off. With a little black, you know. And that will without any doubt and that does without doubt give you a weathered look at the bottom there. So and also it gives a pretty good thick rust appearance. And there we go. Once it work out a bit better. But even if you don't use those pastels, they're a 50-50 they're a 50-50 success. You were seeing how they'd work as I did, and they were average. They have the uses, as long as you remember what those uses are. For £3 between all of them, they have a place in your modelling area, shall we say, in your modelling armoury, once you've bought them. Because to be fair, they can't only be used for weathering, you can use them for going over the edge of card buildings to hide the white of card, numerous other uses, you know. You're not just stuck to one use, but you're not just stuck to one thing here. Remember, we've got the paint brushes if you were painting, and for half mark price, £1.50. Where on earth do you go wrong with that lot? You've got small brushes, big brushes, medium brushes. Where do you go wrong? Now then, with these, I've already had them out and tried them, but if for clipping bits off, say I wanted to clip that buffer off, or for that matter, a part off a sprue, it's job done. And I think they were something like £1. Not a lot of bucks you hear. So that's them covered. They are a decent purchase. Now then, next we'll compare Humbrol weathering powder against Artist Paint Pigment, bought off eBay. I think it were about £3 a bag, and there's 3 times the amount you get in a Humbrol pot. I've already filled a Citadel pot full of it, so you get about 3 times the amount you get in Humbrol, which you can see there, Humbrol and a Citadel pot, and there's still that bag full left. So we'll compare them side to side. I've no clue how this one will turn out, but we'll use the same sponge tool as well. So first up, we'll give Humbrol the stage. And this is, I have tried this before. I'm very confident with this, sorry. Now, first off, we'll have a dip in the Humbrol. Get down in there, get some out. And off we go. We'll do this side. Now what it is, this, I think it's probably ground a bit finer than I grinded the weathering, the dry powder, because it's just the same, it's coming off. So what we'll do, where did I put my brush down? Where'd I put me blush down, mister? Oh, that's just dandy. I forgot. For God's sake. Give me a sec. Look back a bit. It's going to be on the desk somewhere. It can't have ventured that far. You said that. There we are. Sit under everything. So what we'll do, we'll pop the brush in because it's a lighter touch. And let's see how we go with the brush. And it's a very similar result, to be honest. But until you see the difference between that and an artist paint powder, which I observed, and from what I saw before, this is the artist paint powder. Now this is a lot finer milled, etc. than the Humbrol. Well, no, it's round about same. There's not much difference. So really, that, it's better than I thought, because between the three of them, they're all about the same results. So between soft pastels, cheap soft pastels, artist paint pigment powder, and Humbrol weathering powder, they're all around the same. So ding dang dong, happy days. Right, we'll crack out now the Tamiya weathering powder, which is essentially, it's more like mascara. So there's a binder in that, and if you notice, they use their own version of a eyeshadow applicator. There's virtually no difference, except these you'll get the pack for £1, and these you have to buy the Tamiya to get them in it. But they're a good little tool. And this, because it's in a, I think it has a sort of oil or whatever in it, this does stick well. As you can see, that does stick well. So really, to be honest, the Tamiya weathering powder, well, the weathering mascara is a winner. Well, that's not a surprise. I mean, that one was, I don't know how much they are now, that was $5.50 at the time. So they're not cheap, but they're worth it. But also, in these, we have to see, hang on, so as we can see, they're all very useful for the money. Now then, this little manicure set. I looked at it the other night and let's be honest, the scissors are for a quid, the scissors are the shittest scissors you'll ever find. But having said that, they're not good quality, but you know, for just starting out. Let's have a look. For just starting out, they cut. Not perfect, but they're enough to cut decals out and stuff. So they're not by any means perfect, but usable. And you have the nail clippers there. Right, let's have a look. And the clip. I don't have any nails to clip, I'm afraid. But they clip, job done. So they do what they say on the tin. There's a little bit of a file, but it's that smooth it won't file anything. Now then, we've got a little bit of a file, so let's see if it does what it says on the tin. And as you can see there, it does what it says on the tin. There we go, no arguments there. And the thing is with this file is it'll be as precise or as clumsy as you make it, because it's an hand tool. So there you are, it's doing what it says on the tin, it's filing stuff off. Happy days. Now then, we've got tweezers. Do they tweeze? Let's see. Do they tweeze? Let's see. Hang on. We've got a little bit of floof there. And let's watch. Hang on, missed it. There we are. And say we were putting that on, it was a part, and you was putting it on a loco. Happy days. Job done. They're okay. And let's be honest, that's a multi-pull tool, isn't it? It's a body prizing tool, it's a filling, sculpting tool. If you're filling, be just the job for a sculpting tool. Like moulding it round, you've got multi-edges. That's a handy little thing to have. So yeah, that's good. Good and cheap. So you can't go wrong. Good vibes only. Right, now then. Next up, paintbrushes. Let's have a look. Now these, I'm an artist and I fully recommend them. They're a cheap brand, but cheap monetary wise doesn't mean cheap quality. These, for the money, are hard to beat. They're fantastic. They're a fantastic brush. They are hard to beat, and there I've got a few small, and there's none hugely small. They do another packet bear in mind. They'd have smaller ones, but these I wanted a variety and larger ones as well, so I can top up my paint pot, my paint brush. Oh, on my desk. Those can go. Those can go towards topping up my paint brushes. So I've got all sorts of sizes. Take him out for now, he's taking up a lot of room. So there we go. I've got all sorts of sizes in there now. And to be honest, I'll put that one back in as well, if I can find somewhere. There you are, he's back in. So there we are, I've got plenty of paint brushes now. These duster brushes can go somewhere. Not entirely sure where yet, but they can go somewhere. I'll put that one, get here. But as well, don't forget, for your modelling needs, cheap art shops are good for, you can get cheap watercolours. They're not an expensive set. I presume they was from somewhere like that, so cheap watercolours. You can use them on stuff. Cheap oil colours. I don't have any cheap oil colours nowadays with being an artist. I have more expensive stuff, but the point is, of this video, the biggest point is, all these expensive products you sold for modelling, they all had to see that's drying out a bit now. So that's looking weathered. It weren't particularly anything put on, spot on where it had rust. It was just a demo of what it can do. See, the thing is, all these modelling products you buy for £5, £10, they all have the origins somewhere before somebody thought, we can bottle this up and sell it to the modelling community. And the people that are making it originally, they have their markup, then the modelling company has their markup, then the shop or whoever has their markup. Like, it's all available somewhere for you to use. Like, if you take the time to track it down. An experiment, like, you've got to experiment and try things, otherwise you just sit there backwards, like, what do you call it, like this the other week. Black tack, it's used a lot in model railway stuff for sticking things inside locos, and I do a lot of die casts, and I put a video on my die cast channel that explains using it for die casts, for holding screens in, etc. When you have to hold a screen inside a car like that, use a bit of black tack and it holds the screen in, job done. See, there's so many things you can hunt around, like tools, and like that one for instance. I don't know how much as Games Workshop and Xenon cutters are, but go and have a look around your ladies' makeup stores and don't be embarrassed. They don't give a shit whether they sell it to a guy or a bird. It's all it is money in the till to them. They're not bothered whether it's a bloke or a female goes in. All their job is to sell you stuff. And them, to be honest, £1. And yeah, they're not fantastic quality. They're not gonna win any awards, but they'll do you till you save up for a more expensive pair, if you so desire. But them, the metal, they're gonna last for ages, just cut in polystyrene plastic. So, winner winner. Likewise with brushes, why pay £5 for one brush when you can get a packet of them, all different sizes, decent quality for £1.50, which a lot of the times on this job, model railways and that, you damage them anyway, or you forget to clean them proper, you throw them away. Is it really worth the extra price for a artist quality pro brush when you get pretty much the same results? I mean, you have to be really top game to get the fantastic results you'll get out of an expensive brush. And 90% of us aren't that top game. Like I say, all you're doing is just getting stuff like this here in the nooks and crannies, powders in nooks and crannies, or the raised surfaces, or etc, etc. I mean, yes, the more expensive one does the job, but yes, the cheaper ones do too. I mean, it's all a case of what you want to pay and etc. I'm not lying, I buy the Tamiya stuff, but I'll also try out the cheap stuff, because even if it doesn't work out as the Tamiya stuff does, if it works out slightly different and gives a different result, it broadens your armoury, because you've got another product that'll give a slightly different result. It's like a friend once said to me, if you look down and say, I think I need a new pair of shoes, everybody'd open a shoe shop. Anyway, I think I've rambled on enough, so all I have to say is tatty pie, everybody, tatty pie.